Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers Masterpiece MP-48 Lio Convoy from the Masterpiece line, of course. You can see he is a white lion with a golden mane. We'll put him off to the side here because we're going to look at the box real quick. Yep, it is a Beast Wars Masterpiece box. You can see the Beast Wars eye back there, and very glossy. You know, the Beast Wars 2 logo there. You got the 2 Mo's long life design, which some people get snippy about because they don't understand what it actually means. You know, a 35th anniversary logo there. You know, a bunch of stuff there. You got the Transformers logo and stuff on the top. You got a picture of Lio Convoy in beast mode on the side there. You got, a picture in robot mode there. On the bottom, you have a bunch of warnings and copyrights, I believe, except mostly in a language I don't read. And on the back, you have a billion different product shots because, they gotta show you all the stuff they can do, and plus there's a little thing telling you what's in the box along with the figure itself. He also comes with, of course, a little collector's card type thing right there with a nice bit of artwork here. And on the back, some more photos and tech specs and whatnot. And again, more I cannot read. And he comes with his instructions, which are almost entirely useless because, well, as many people pointed out already, those are really tiny. Like, those pictures you're supposed to look at are absurdly tiny. They should have made a bigger instruction sheet or something if they're going to do that. But yeah, it sucks that that's the way things are. But anyway, Lio Convoy in his lion mode here. Yes, you can see he's a white lion of sorts. You can see also lots of robot bits peeking out here and there because, well, and yeah, that's kind of the problem with this guy. Just simply, well, it's not the most amazing alt mode you can see. You can see just red and blue just peeking out underneath the head there. You can see the red knee pads right there on the back, and on the bottom you can see a bunch of robot bits. Like, yeah, this is probably one of the weakest attempts for a Masterpiece Beast Wars figure. It's not, I wouldn't say it's absolutely horrendous, but it is definitely not the greatest mode ever. Yeah, well, I think it might be the weakest for Beast Wars, but at least on Beast Wars Masterpiece. But yeah, it's I wouldn't call it absolutely terrible, but it's definitely weaker than the others for sure. But yeah. I will say, though, that this white finish is really nice. I do like it. It's got this nice kind of glossy, I guess, matte finish. Yeah, it's more of a I said maybe semi-gloss? I don't know. But it's definitely this nice finish there. And then it's got this glossy finish on the mane, whatnot. You got his face picked out with little bits of paint, including the eyes and whatnot there. Looks a little dopey sometimes, though, to be honest. But apparently it is anime accurate, so there you go. So yeah, it's not the greatest beast mode, but I guess it works. Yeah. Posability, though, I guess he can open his mouth a little bit. You can see the jaw can move up and down just slightly right there. The head can move. This part of the head can move up too, but then you're kind of yeah. See, because of all that, so it looks a little odd. Can look a little odd if you lift it away too far. So yeah, there's not a whole lot of posability there, which is kind of surprising. He does have articulation here. That's right here. You can outward motion, and there could be inward if these weren't in the way. But yeah, there's a bit of outward motion on there. There's the ratcheted right there. There's another swivel here. There's another ratchet there at the elbow. There's another joint there, and then and also there's a little mushroom peg, so the paws can go side to side. That's the front. Set that. And the back here, you got forward and back ratchet. You got a little bit of outward there too on the ratchet. Actually, quite a bit of outward. You got a little swivel here. You got the knees here, which there's, well, multiple ratchets there. If you want them, you got another swivel here, and you got another ratchet there. You got another little hinge here. And swivel there for the, I guess, somewhat sort of the ankles. So that, and the tail here can move up and down right there, move up and down, or mostly move up there and fully straighten out. And then you got the little bit right here you can move up and down as well. And you kind of, if you lift it off a little bit, you can get a little bit of side to side. If you untab it, the head, you can get a little tiny bit of side to side. Not a whole lot, but, and a little bit of rotation as well. Just not a whole lot without things getting all messed up. Yeah, articulation. Pretty solid for beast mode. Not amazing, but solid. Again, some of the weird limitations like how far things can move. But he also does a couple little tricks in this mode. One of which is this little lion claw, which, you know, comes out and then I guess it's supposed to kind of look like a swipe of sorts. So it's like, yeah, that sort of thing. Or just a weapon that comes out of his paw. Sure, whatever. Those are things you can do. Another thing is he's got all guns up here. Two of which are up here. What you do is you move this little crest thing back like this. Move this up. Rotate it around and bring it back down. And then you can open up these side panels right here. And there's little cannons that pop out. Like so. I'll pop out this cannon as well. And move it forward out of the way so you can close this back up. There you go. Yeah, so you got those cannons right there, which you can use with the accessory. Some of the accessories it comes with, namely these guys, these little, I guess, beam things for missiles. You can stick them in there, and there you go. You got little beams. And then down here, he's got these. You can untap these and open up, and hey, look, there's little guns. You could also stick little missiles in right there. Yeah, because there's 4 of these. There's another one on the side. But yeah, they're slightly different paint, though. You can see that. Slightly different paint for some reason. But yeah, you can stick it in there. And like, oh no, you know, it doesn't quite reach forward. Which what you do there is right here, you can actually move it out just a little bit. You can move it out a little bit, and that gives you a lot more freedom to move this around. So then you can have it pointing more forward. So yeah, there you go. 4 guns on a lion. Like, yeah, you don't want to mess with that. Probably. Yeah. Nice thing is, yeah, you can store 2 of the missiles here in the lion mode if you want. Just trying to re-tab that in. Here. You can do that. Or then, of course, this thing, which I'll get more into later. But yeah, you can also store the missiles on this little, well, actual missile storage thing. They actually refer to it as a storage unit of sorts. Then you, of course, yeah, fold them back up. Like so. And of course, spin that around and bring it back and move that forward, back forward, and there you go. So yeah, that's one of the things you can do in line mode. There are multiple things there. Yeah, just kind of little accessories and I guess bits. What is that called? What do they call that? I guess the lion claw for the claws, and the I guess Lio missile or Lio beam. No, Lio beam. I'm not sure if it's called the Lio beam, and yeah, Lio beam and Lio missile. When it's all 4 of them out like that. I don't know much about Beast Force 2. Other than I like this guy. When I liked the original toy of this when I saw it the first time. I thought it was so really cool looking. Kind of wanted it, but I never could get it. So got this masterpiece version. But anyway, I guess that's it for the line mode, which is kind of subpar, and I know it's one of the things people don't like about it. I'll go ahead and get this transformed into robot mode, and we'll keep talking, shall we? Actually, before that, I almost forgot. One other thing is here is a little hole here, and that is compatible with the Dinobot stand. If you get it around there, so you can yeah, you can have them on a stand like so, if you want. I almost forgot about that, but yeah. Now I'll transform him for real. Okay, so yep, that's yeah, transformation. Transformation is actually kind of, once you actually know what you're doing, because again, the instructions suck for this. Once you kind of know what you're doing and you know the proper order and everything, it's actually pretty clever and kind of fun. You know, it's not, I wouldn't call it actually too complicated. It's just a couple of things you got to watch out for, like paint scraping and whatnot. And again, the order is kind of important to a degree, because if you do it in some parts in the wrong order, you will possibly break something or make paint scraping even more of a thing than you otherwise would. But the results you get from transforming from the beast mode are just phenomenal. I love how this guy looks overall. It just, you know, a lot of more red pops up here, including the chest piece and whatnot. Red and blue, silver, golds. It just looks really good in my opinion. I just think his robot mode looks amazing. I just really love how it turned out. It just overall, just, you know, there's some stuff like, you know, this stuff's hanging out, but that's also the weird thing is like that is in the anime, just forearms jutting out, whatnot. But it is, yeah, overall a fantastic looking figure. I feel just part of it for me is just I love the asymmetry. I kind of like asymmetrical. Also like the big shoulders. I like the big shoulders. I like the fact they're asymmetrical and everything. Although this now looks like a goose and you'll never be able to unsee it. But yeah, yeah, it looks great in my opinion. I think this is a fantastic robot. This is where you're kind of what you're getting, the best you're gonna, you know, the best of the package, I guess, is from the robot mode. It's just how phenomenal it looks. Because yeah, it looks great like this. I mean, it's very much an old Convoy-esque figure because, well, he is Lio Convoy after all. I mean, that makes sense. And a lot of it does pack away pretty clean. I mean, other than the stuff that's supposed to be all over the place. The kibble, which is supposed to be there. Yeah, he's also got quite a few accessories and gimmicks in this mode as well. One of which is the Lio Typhoon, which is you kind of just unfold the lion head and moving forward. I guess that's a shield. And I think it can spin a little bit or something. This mouth can open too, right there. That's a thing that didn't have to do. Fortunately, there's like no way to like give him this face in the line mode as far as I know. Yeah, there it goes. It can spin. You can spin it a bit if you want. You can also, of course, open up the missile things. You can open those up if you want. You can also see the the normal lion head peeking out right there too. That's why you're supposed to cover it up as much as possible. That's one of the things you can do. You can bring these claws out, rotate this around, and there you go. That's his Lio claw. I believe that's, yeah, you can Lio claw right there if you want. He got these things. Apparently they're called, what were they called? I can't remember. The leg nozzle. That's it. Okay, that's the leg nozzle. This thing right here, it's the leg nozzle, and just this little thing comes out right there. And I'm not sure if it's a water hose or what. Again, I don't know Beast Force 2 very well. It's just a thing, I guess he did in the anime. He can do it on both legs as well, on this one. And weirdly enough, there's like a little slot beneath this. Like, it makes me wonder there's supposed to something tab in there, but there's no tab on this thing, so I'm kind of curious what that's about. But oh, there's also the Lio Vute, which is, you stick that up. That's what you do. I don't know what that purpose that serves, but apparently it's important. Again, you can also change the angle of this little bit, you know, how you want. That's a thing. And of course, these can still open. Again, extend them out a bit so they can point out straighter. I guess move the hand a bit, so then there you go. Boom, you can do both sides. Load them up with one of the missiles. That. Yeah, untab and kind of wiggle that out so it can point straight forward. And then load that up. There you go, see? Shooting stuff. I'm going to go ahead and leave the missiles in because it's nice, a little bit of storage as well if you want it to be. They don't really get in the way when they're stored in there, so that's nice. So there is technically storage for, in robot mode, there's somewhere you can put everything in robot mode at the very least, not in line mode, but definitely robot mode. What was the other thing I was going to mention? It was the... Oh yeah, this. There you go, a little tiny maximal symbol molded in there. Plus there's a little, I guess, spark crystal energon matrix thing right there underneath. That's kind of neat that they put that there still. Oh yeah, they have maximal symbol there in the blue, and yeah, nice little maximal symbol built down there. Yeah, I believe that's all the gimmicks beyond two things, which is again the missile holder thing and the Cybertron Blaster, which is a triple-barreled blaster thing. This can go one of two places. It can go, there's a little hole back here for it to store, which is interesting in of itself. Yeah, they can store back there, which is weird. It doesn't go in super well, but that's apparently where it's supposed to go, at least if I remember from the instructions correctly. Or at least that's what it looks like. That's my guess. Yeah. But yeah, you can of course hold it, which looks kind of like a gun, you know, pretty much. And he just uses a typical Masterpiece tab and slot. So just slot it in, wrap his hand around it, and close it up. There you go. Now he's holding it. Boom. And of course, Cybertron Blaster, same exact thing. Although because there's a little trigger guard thing, you want to make sure the fingers are positioned properly. So you want to make sure to put the fingers inside, in between that and the handle. And it'll hold it nice and tight if you do that. Yeah. There you go. Yep, so you can hold everything in this mode if you wanted to. Yeah, I'm going to put these away, though, because a couple of things I got to talk about. First thing, a lot of people have reported this, which is these ratchets right here are absurdly tight right here. And to fix that, all you got to do is take that screw on each side and loosen it. There's that little screw right here in the circle, and yeah, then the cylinder there. You just got to loosen that a little bit. I would err on just loosen it a lot and then see how the ratchet plays, and then just tighten it down a little bit by little bit until it feels more comfortable, because I've heard these are so tight, some people are so breaking. The other thing is, like I said earlier, paint scratching. You can see particularly right here underneath the knee pads. You can see that a lot of paint transfer there. Which is unfortunate. Yeah, and also my little station here, my little filming station here, he keeps leaving bits of paint. I'm not actually seeing where they're coming from, but I suspect it's stuff like beyond the backside. I'm not actually seeing too much actual damage on the figure itself, but definitely it's coming from somewhere. So there's that. The other thing is, yeah, of course, on the back here you can see there is once again a stand port, which of course he just plugs in. There you go. He's got a stand if you want to. I believe it's a good old trusty Dinobot stand, which this expect you. Did you buy Dinobot? Okay, can we get more stands by themselves? No. Cool. Thanks, Takara. You're the best. Yeah. So, accessories. I just did that. Articulation. Head is on a ball joint, so left, right, up, down. Lots of waggle there. Lots and lots and lots of waggle. These shoulder pads can get out of the way pretty easily because, well, you want forward and back on the shoulders there. They do spin all the way around if the shoulder pad's out of the way. Same on this side, just, you know. There's no ratchet there. However, outward has a ratchet, goes out not that far. Inward. There is a butterfly joint actually from the transformation. It's kind of weird looking if you see that. It does look a little weird, but if you use the shoulder pads, it does kind of cover it up a bit. So there's that. Yeah, so you can do the butterfly joint there. Bicep swivel right there. And double jointed elbow, which is, you know, ratcheted, but it gets about that much curl. Not a whole lot, but better than it would have been otherwise. So you get that. A wrist swivel right there. And there's also a hinge there as well. It can go in and out, so you can, you can go stop like that. And the thumb's on a hinge right here, little hinge right there. Not a whole lot, and mostly to help it follow with the hand. But the fingers are also on a hinge, just a single hinge right there, and a single knuckle right there for these fingers are fused, and then this finger's by itself. You got a waist swivel, which is ratcheted all the way around, by the way. There's also 2 clicks for an ab crunch, which they also integrated in the transformation. That was actually pretty clever how that's used. Right there. You got hips, which go ratchet forward, ratchet back about that far, ratchet outward pretty far. You got a very soft ratcheted thigh swivel right there. And you also got, I guess, another thigh swivel if you want right here as well. Although you probably want to make sure that's where it's supposed to be, lined up and everything. Yeah, this paint scraping is getting pretty bad. Yeah, knees. Double jointed, so quite a bit of range there. And the knee pad can move along with it. And also, kind of getting it, I guess the leg in the absolute correct position is kind of annoying sometimes. I will say that. The correct position. You gotta get this, basically this back leg, this part straightened out perfectly. There is a rotation right there above the ankle. You got forward and back right there at the ankle as well. And then you got this heel piece which can move a little bit. That might be helpful for some things, how that works. And then right here the toes can tilt a bit, although that's about all the range you get. But it's kind of that weird, somewhat implied tilt, but it does technically have an ankle tilt. Yeah. Overall thoughts. I like this guy. I like this guy quite a bit. He looks great in robot mode, but yeah, the alt mode is kind of, and his instructions suck. He does have the problem. A lot of them people have problems with the ratchets being too tight on the arms, particularly the upper elbow ratchet seems to be too tight for some people. Paint scraping. I've heard people breaking the chest off. Yeah, the alt mode is not great, but and again, paint scraping down here in particular. I'm trying to think if there's any other issues people report. I don't remember any personally. Yeah, I personally don't remember any other issues, but there might be some that I'm not remembering very well. But I think overall, he's pretty darn good, and I like him, and I do not regret picking him up. However, he is also like $160, I believe, roughly in that range. I can't remember the exact price, but it's definitely, I remember it was like $150, $170, somewhere in there. Is he worth it? I think it depends on a lot of things, like, are you at all, does this look cool? Yes. If you're at all interested in Beast Wars 2, sure. If you collect masterpieces, I guess. But if you're just like, I don't care about Beast Wars, I don't care about stuff that only came out in Japan, then yeah, this probably might not be worth it for you. I don't know. I've seen some people actually say things like, oh man, had no interest in Beast Wars Masterpiece, but I got this guy and I don't regret it. So there is that. He's expensive, but not super expensive, at least in the current Masterpiece climate, but also in the current climate in general, he might be a little spendy. Yeah, so I personally found him worth it. I really enjoy him. I kind of took a gamble on it, and I think it paid off on this one. He's not like fragile like Hound was or anything with Hound's problems. He's not absurdly complicated. He actually is pretty simple to transform. It's just the instructions really suck. Hopefully my video on that will help a bit. But yeah, I recommend him personally. He's a really good masterpiece, and I think one of the robot mode wise, at least, he's one of the best we've seen. He just looks that good, I feel. Just one of those pleasantly surprised by it, and I highly recommend him. So, unless, of course, you really don't want Beast Wars. Okay, in which case, sure, you do you. So I think that's it. I hope you like this. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. I hope you like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Check out the Patreon, the coffee, all those things. That'd be great. But hopefully I'll have more video reviews soon-ish. I don't know. At this point, I've kind of cleared out my backlog, so yeah, we'll see how things go from here. But I'll continue to do video reviews as long as I can and whatnot. So there's that. I hope you tune in for the next one. So until then, see ya.